Hey guys, and welcome to another FM21 Transfer Guide with me, Raxo FM, where today we are looking at 3 signings and 3 sales for Manchester United. Yes, we all knew this one was coming. I mean, the views for it are ridiculous. A side that haven't quite been at the same standard they had been previously, obviously winning a lot of trophies back in the day, but haven't managed to do one since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Well, they've won trophies, but, you know, not in the Premier League. So I think it's about time someone took this team back to the glory days and started winning some competitions with them. And it only takes a couple of tweaks to their squad to make sure you start doing that straight away. So if you want to find out how to do that, make sure you do. Smash the like button today, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss the daily-ish Football Manager content that will be coming your way. We've got Manchester City save running right now, so maybe if you're a fan of Manchester United, you won't be clicking on that, but click it anyway if you feel like having a laugh and taking a look at it. Unsurprisingly, for a big brand like Manchester United, there's a lot of stuff the board wants you to do, including developing the club using the youth system, signing high reputation players, which we will have to keep in mind, as well as not signing players over the age of 28, play entertaining football, signing people under the age of 23 to play in the first team, people under 23 for the future, as well as playing attacking football. They want us to increase commercial revenue, maintain the best youth system in the country, and the best youth system in the Premier League. Well, obviously, like, you know, if it's a country, then you're probably going to get the Premier League as well. Work within the wage budget. They want you to qualify for the European Champions League, as well as reaching the semi-final of the FA Cup and reaching the quarter-final of the Champions League. So actually, it's pretty realistic. They do want you to win some sort of silverware this year, hopefully, but I think that for Manchester United, this is pretty fair, and in a couple seasons' time, they will want you to eventually, you know, start bringing them back to the glory days. And to be fair, by Football Manager 2021 standards, £49.3 million to spend. It's a pretty tidy amount, and there's a lot we can do with that, and there's a lot we're going to be doing with that. Again, 100% of the transfer revenue that you bring in is going straight into that budget, so it's important that we get these 3 sales right. Let's get rid of some players. The first player I'm getting rid of, I do feel kind of bad about, it is Juan Mata, a man that came in from Chelsea quite some time ago, and has never been absolutely incredible for Manchester United, and now it's just a bit past it. Don't get me wrong, in real life, he has definitely got some quality about him. And even in this game, he's got some decent stats, to say the least. However, with young players like Greenwood coming through the ranks, realistically, we would rather be giving time to them. And if you compare the stats, I know that, you know, Matt has got a lot more about him technically, and vision, a bit more attacking. But potential-wise, who we really want to be playing? Do you want to play a 3-star current ability 32-year-old? Or a 3-star current ability 18-year-old. You make the decision. You think about it. I think it's time to cash in on this man, especially with his contract expiring at the end of the year. 32 years of age, Juan Mata. I think he's got to go. In my simulation, he stayed in the Premier League, and we've sold him to Wolves for exactly what his value was, £8.25 million. I think that's a very fair price for him, especially with a year left on his contract. You know, I think that's a very good deal. Again, a player that we're just not going to have that much room for with up-and-coming players. Selling him to a rival club for a decent fee, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. He's 32 years of age after all. Our second sale is, in my opinion, the most obvious sale. He's not willing to accept any sort of contract offer. He's already decided he's leaving in a free. Sergio Romero, he's got to go. And with a value of £2.1 million, you can actually get a decent fee for this 33-year-old Argentinian goalkeeper. And even if he wasn't leaving on a free, we have so many goalkeepers in the first team, and none of them, I believe, he's significantly better than. Yes, perhaps Lee Grant he is a bit better than, but he's not coming close to Henderson. He's certainly not coming close to De Gea, even in comparison with Lee Grant. Okay, to be fair, he is completely better than Lee Grant, but he's not English. He's not giving ourselves any sort of registration bonuses. We bought him in on a free from, I don't know, Sampdoria ages ago. I think it's time to get rid of him. You're not going to get any money for him at the end of the year. Let's get his wages off the bill, and let's get rid of the man for a bit of money that we can make right now. In this save, once again, I've sold him to a Premier League club, Brighton this time, and he's considered to be an important player there, so it's a good career mode for him, and I have managed to get £1.7 million for him. That is not quite what his value is, but I think that's still a very good deal for a man that realistically you're not going to be re-signing next year. We're never going to use him. We have so many goalkeeper options. It's definitely time to cash in, and if he can get some time for Brighton in the first team, all power to you, mate. And the final player that we are selling, Nemanja Matic, and this one doesn't really make too much logical sense considering in real life I'm pretty sure he just signed a new contract with Manchester United. Even if you go to offer him out, it says he just signed a new contract. But trust me, I've tried it. You can actually sell him, and I think this one is an absolute no-brainer. 31 years of age, not got the same quality they used to have, £17 million worth of value, and if you compare him to up-and-coming players like Van de Beek, I don't think he's a whole lot better. Don't get me wrong, he's still got a lot of really good defensive stats, mental and aerial, but I like what Van de Beek has on the table, and if you're having those two players presented in front of you, I think we all know who you're picking. In the save, he has gone to Valencia for what, to be fair, could be considered as a bit of a lackluster £10 million, but that is £10 million we didn't previously have, and he's not going to be used a whole lot. He's going to get some game time out there. It's time to cash in on a now 32-year-old. His birthday's just around the corner. He's basically retired, boys and girls. That does now leave our side looking a wee bit more barren, with not even enough players to completely fill out a 9-man team who are completely fully fit. Actually, to be fair, Williams in there, Daniel James in there, Tuanzebe's acceptable. Yeah, no, that's enough, but it's probably not the same side that we would want to be taking into our first Premier League game. Although we haven't gotten rid of any of the big names. We've got Martial, Rashford, Fernandes, Greenwood, Pogba, McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, yeah, that's definitely not the name. Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, and De Gea. It's a very strong 11, but there are certainly gaps that we can identify. The first gap being, I don't know, actually. I felt like I had somewhere to go with that, but we're just going to go through one by one. In the striker position, I feel like we're probably okay. We've got Greenwood who can play up there, Martial, Cavani, even Rashford can do a job. That's not dire. That's not too desperate. However, it would be nice to have a real out-and-out quality striker up there. So, on first glance, it definitely doesn't look like we need anyone crucial. But Cavani's 33 years of age. Don't get me wrong, Rashford's going to do a great job up there, but I think we'd prefer to have him on the wing. So I think our main striker is going to be Martial. Also going to do a great job up there. But is he the top quality striker that we're going to use for years to come? Potentially, but you could improve it. Out on the right-hand side, you've got Bruno Fernandes, who's probably realistically going to need to be playing in the centre midfield. Rashford, who, as we've already identified, is more of a left winger. And Greenwood. Greenwood's really your only right winger, isn't it? I mean, unless you want to chuck Dan James all the way up in that position, or Martial out there, I think this is definitely an area that we need to improve. At Cam, I think that having Bruno Fernandes should be enough, and a couple of other players obviously able to step up into that role as well. It's not a crucial position, but maybe a player that could do a job in Cam might not be too bad. On the left-hand side, I think you're probably okay, though, with Rashford. Martial, definitely not as crucial as that left-hand side. And central midfield, it could use a wee bit of work. We've got Fernandes, who's always going to be in that Cam role, obviously. Paul Pogba, who's going to be a starter. But then Fred, McTominay, and Van de Beek, none of them the top quality central midfielders that we would love to have at the club right now. All 3-star current ability. Some of them with potential to get better. Van de Beek, don't get me wrong, a really good signing. But I don't know if they're what's going to take us to the next level right now. So definitely a position that we could keep an eye on. At right back, I think we're okay with just Wan-Bissaka and Williams being able to play out there. Centre backs, again, I think it's a little bit similar to your central midfielders, because we've got Maguire, who's going to do a great job. And then a bunch of options of players that have around about a 3-star current ability. However, none of them actually that top quality centre-back option that is going to take this team to the next level. Tuanzebe, a great one for the future. But right now, don't know about it. At left-back, we're definitely fine though. With Tellers, Shaw and Williams. We're not even going to start targeting that. We're absolutely fine there. Same with goalkeeper. De Gea and Henderson, yeah, they're going to get the job done. So, analysing that team, I think right wing is crucial for this team. I think we really need to find a new man for that position. Central midfield as well, I think, is a really important position to potentially take us to the next level, and centre back to get a new partner. Striker would be okay, but not too dire. So let's see what I can do in the transfer market. Our first signing is not a new one to the 3 signing, 3 save series thingamajiggy, but it is Pau Torres, an important signing for Manchester United in this save. 3.5 star current ability, 4-star potential ability, under 23, just like the board wanted for the first team. He is a brilliant player, and for only £21 million, that is a brilliant deal. I mean, you are going to have to pay a wee bit more in the future, but right now, we're focused on what the amount is, and you've just gotten yourself a brilliant new centre-back. 16 heading, 16 marking, 16 tackling, 17 jumping reach, 15 pace, 16 strength, 6'3", ability to improve, still young, Spanish, £46 million worth of value. This man is everything that you need in a centre-back, and for only £21 million up front, you absolutely cannot go wrong. And he's even left-footed. We need a left-footed centre-back. Next up, we've got Hakan Calhanoglu, and I've definitely mispronounced that name, but this man is definitely going to be a star in your Manchester United save, being able to play in that central midfield, a cam, as a left wing, and I would argue as a right wing as well. I haven't found an out-and-out right winger just yet, but he will definitely be able to do a job there once you train him up a wee bit. He's got exactly the stats that needs to be a winger on support, but I think for now, playing him in the central midfield or as a cam is definitely going to be the way to go, even on that left wing. But, you know, I think Rashford's kind of got that in lockdown. I think my favourite thing about this man, though, £10.5 million. And it's only ever going to rise to 17.5. 3.5 star current ability. Got brilliant stats like his incredible first touch, great crossing, passing. I thought his free kick accuracy was going to be better because in FIFA he was like the top free kicker in 1 year. He's got great vision, only 26 years of age, very cheap, very high quality, already considered an elite attacking midfielder. I think it's a brilliant signing for any save, but definitely for this Manchester United team. And our final signing, the man that was on the thumbnail, well, I think was on the thumbnail, Lautaro Martinez. I might have butchered that name once again. An elite striker. And I know that based off what I was saying in that, wrap-up thing where we talked about what positions we need, you'd expect me to be signing a right winger, maybe a Jadon Sancho, but I could not help myself when this guy came up. He has got to be signed for Manchester United. He's going to be the star that's going to take you into the 20th century, or the 21st, I think it's the 21st century, I don't know, the 20th century, you know what I'm talking about, the next few seasons of your football, and he comes in for just £40 million. Yes, it will probably double in the future, but that is still a brilliant deal for a player that is already at 4-star current ability, could go as high as 4.5, which would be an absolutely world-class striker. He's already a world-class striker, and he's going to help you round out your team in the perfect way. If you're comparing with other players, you've got your Martial, who you could definitely justify playing as a striker, but I think that Martinez has just got a wee bit more about him than Martial, as well as the fact that he's younger, got more potential, and even if you compare him with an absolute legend in the form of Cavani, I think I'd rather have Martinez. I mean, the age, the ability, the speed, the vision, the technical. He's got one less attacking, but realistically, who cares? He's a brilliant signing. Everyone knows it. Let's bring him in for your Manchester United save. And this is what the team is going to look like after all of your deaths. Yes, I did talk about our right wing was such a big deal, but I think that you will be fine with just playing Greenwood out there. If you really need to, you can put Calhanoglu in there. You've got a lot of options for the central midfield trio now, though. You could put Calhanoglu in box-to-box midfielder, Pogba as a deep line. You could even go to Calhanoglu up top, Bruno Fernandes in box-to-box, or what I had originally, having Calhanoglu in there and having Pogba as the box-to-box. You could even give Calhanoglu a wee break and bring McTominay in there, or even Van de Beek, or put Calhanoglu on the right-hand side. I love the options that this team have, but all we know is Torres is definitely starting next to Maguire, and Martinez is definitely starting up top. I've done a brilliant job here. I'm proud of this one. I think I've done an absolute job for the Manchester United side. Start signing me, boys. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's never been too good. Raxall FM, he's the way to go. And that is where we're ending today's episode of 3 signings and 3 sales. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to smash the like button as well as subscribing so that you don't miss the future videos where we will be going over more teams. I hope you have enjoyed it once again, and I'll see you all later.